All right, hello everyone, and welcome to my mindful moment session. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you all are having a wonderful week. So, this week we are going to be talking about a special topic of how to be a creator and experience the joy of focus and engagement by being a maker. So let's get started. So we're going to go through some different guidelines that we can go through in order to find how to be a better creator. So first, we can tap into our inner artist. So creating something doesn't necessarily mean that you're making something really fancy, like a professional artist, or beautiful and long lasting. In fact, making art that is impermanent can just be as inspiring in terms of getting an emotional response, because the joy and creativity of the deep engagement and wonder exists that exists only in the moment. You're getting that when you are focusing on creating your artwork or whatever you're doing. You can create whatever you want. You can have watercolor paint, paper, or maybe if you go out to the park to experiment with your painting, anything, anywhere, whatever suits your creativity. So the second thing is to give yourself the time and the place. Because oftentimes, for example, when we do New Year's resolutions, we set up all these different goals, and maybe we want to spend more time being creator or um, having these different hobbies like arts and crafts. But if we don't set up a place and time, it's hardly ever going to happen. So you can definitely um, try to consider the best conditions for you to be able to create something. Um, you can think about whether you like doing something inside or outside, with friends or with family, or maybe alone. And so consider the best conditions that will help you create. And then another guideline is to choose a specific project. For example, don't make it just like a craft that takes maybe 5 minutes to complete, probably longer than that. So choose a project, maybe set a deadline if you're someone that falls well with deadlines, and bring mindful attention and your non-judging mind to it, because this isn't about the product of the experience. It isn't about what you make, but how you interact with that experience. So you and your experience. So choose something that you would definitely enjoy doing as a creative project. Um, and you can look for inspiration online as well. Right. So now we're going to transition to our weekly mindful practice. And I would like us all to take 3 deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right. Enjoy. All right, now that we have finished our mindful practice, we'll transition to the discussion questions. What do you enjoy doing as a creator? Where do you like to create, inside or outside? And how do you feel when you're working on a creation? So what I enjoy working on as a creator is pretty much anything. I like doing paintings sometimes, doing different arts and activities. I haven't been doing any long-term projects recently, but that is something I might be doing in the future, especially with more time this summer. I enjoy making different designs for different shirts, for clubs and things that I do at my school. And I like to create, I don't really have a preference for inside or outside. It depends on like, if I'm trying to take pictures, then I like to be outside, like taking pictures of nature. But if I'm doing something like designing a t-shirt, then it doesn't really matter to me whether I'm inside or outside. Although I think being outside with anything definitely is better sometimes, because we often spend too much time inside with work, school, and just our habit of being inside. But when we go outside, we realize how nice it is outside and how you can really enjoy yourself outside in nature. And how do I feel when I'm working on a creation? If it's like a long-term project, I'm definitely very focused. However, if it's like short-term, kind of one-time thing that doesn't take very long, sometimes I will feel more relaxed and maybe more enjoyable. It's always enjoyable. It's just that with the long-term projects where you have a deadline and a goal, um, it's definitely where to the point where you're more focused than if you just didn't have any limits. So here's some examples of my art. This is mostly from like school, and on the left is a bag that I made in middle school. And this was definitely, I remember during art class, an interesting thing that my art teacher said was that this was a walking meditation of the of in the process of making this, because you have to be really, really focused when you're putting this together and to make sure that everything goes together. So that was really interesting. And I did find that doing it made me feel more calm. And there are a lot of repetitive movements, which is maybe why my art teacher had said that, because with repetitive movements, they can easily anchor us into the present. You do something until you don't think about it again. And the goal then is that your mind doesn't wander to anywhere else. That would be really perfect. And so on the picture on the right is a picture of something that I drew in elementary school. And you can tell that I definitely just went away with my imagination there. So we're going to conclude with a quote that relates to what we talked about this week, being a creator, with relation to how to incorporate mindfulness into that. The aim of art is not to represent the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. All right, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all had a wonderful time and maybe learned about something. And it was an honor to be able to host these sessions for you all. Thank you so much for coming.